These are two teams that have never missed the champs before, and they didn't want to start this year, here and now. But despite that fact, Josh, they've never actually played each other.
How wild is that?
Yeah, to cage the feign like there's only one player crossing here for DRX, but they've slowed it down still. And Kru now going to offload that util, but a stun's going to be connecting. Kesnet forced and pushed back and away. Melter with the blind is good connection. Dart to try and again repel and push and ward away. And in this carnage, it is
I think he must do, just based on the minimap.
Flashback, wrapping all the way around here. Just doesn't need, spotting one of the players, and he knows exactly where Shy is for the 1v1. But Kru
trying to find the right timings to contest DRX is going to be super important.
And Mouse is dodging most of this util coming his way as well with a Bulldog in hand, Flash. Paranoia to supplement, Smoke to at least cut up the side as well, buy a bit of time, kill trips as well, helping him out. There is that plan online for DRX, so pocket change earned, a little bit of going for a quick pivot. They themselves as well, trying to take this one out through Garage. The dash already active onto Buzz. He's going to be trying to get that first fight and engagement whilst he's into the back of the site. There's no one to meet him. Kru happy to give this one up. A slight pixel angle. Flashback still committed and still holding it down. No one able to cross back up into Garage here. And at this point, round is basically wrapped up. Only two left to stand with MTA and Heat. Not much they can really do.
Heat and MTA, they want to try to do a bit of damage, and that's a great opening shot.
Yeah. Need a bit more though, and already the flank is occurring. Flashback spots it out, and damage done to the remaining. He's able to use that fault line in case they do commit into the B side.
So you see a smoke and a recon over towards A lobby, but there's no paranoia, there's no stun. You're pretty confident that Kru are not fighting super aggro, and here the cam tells you with decent confidence, nobody there.
It's a bit of a slow siege. It's a flash and a peek through, trying to take that Garage control. DRX making it seem like they're working over towards that area. Now round information at the minute mark. He's missing the spot here, almost a punish. Straight from Mako, backs it up and away though, and reinforcements are arriving for Kru. Yeah, they're already fast. Ready to defend this again with the fault line. Util is going to be expended, pushed back and away. No one on that dart duty. Kesnet glides into the side, smokes in their face. DRX might be able to persevere through the thick and thin of it. Shy's the last one left, and as the smoke dissipates, he's granted that easy angle again into the 1v1. Shots rattling, no casualties, but damage done. Flashback, he's low, Cam tagged up, and finally angle again played. This box position by Melzer. A lot of bullets landing, but did he think it's cleared? Oh my, peace of mind is not there for him, and the Spectre in the hands of him, it's short work. The DRX team, only three of them left to survive into this as well. Norofet will give away quite a bit of info.
It makes Kru think they need to shore up this A side. Knew there was someone behind that box.
Yeah, maybe just feeling like the bullets that they did throw in were enough. An opener is what they need here. Cheeky kill. Melzer, he's not giving anything away. That is nasty. Jiggling onto the corner, a bit of a free fire. Okay, Phantom at work.
The ace.
He's on for the ace, yeah. One player left to stand, it's Bane, and he's being pressured, pushed, corralled into the corner.
That draws people back towards top Garage.
And here it is. But awareness here, he's stuck it! And Shy, he waits around the corner. Mako's baited to stick the ult. It's perfection. And what a play to make still. Fight isn't over yet, but this man will not be denied. Rips away two of the lives of DRX. They're going to give them up the site, but it's a consolation prize for DRX. And now Kesnet wants to make another go of things here. It's a fault line to set it up. Another stunner's just going to be layered all the way through. Rifle aim is on point movement. Just a cherry on top, and Kru cannot be stopped. Already a fight going to be taken once more. Oh my goodness. And listen, the weaponry's bad right now for DRX, but these guys are hurting. Able to catch another one, but Stinger in the hands of Mako, it's not good enough. Calling for that pause, but Kru going for a reclear, contacting. Mako reveals his hand. Buzz is trying to clear the corner. Bladestorm, rapid fire. Only the one before the trade comes out. Mako is worried about these players. Paranoia does land, blinded up, sprays them down. Collected into the corner, leaves it down to another 1v1. This time, the Smokes players off against each other, and that is a minute on the clock. It's a smart play. Drops the smoke down over towards B to make least it feel like to Melzer that he's playing over towards that B angle. Walks most of the way, but now committing to the plant, and that's heard. Melzer, paranoia. There's a connection, drops himself down into hell. The reposition, he's out in the open. My God, almost just plays it poorly, but again, the reposition away, and the mind games are kicking into full effect in this 1v1. The smoke drop down, Melzer taps, and the issue, and hand being forced out of Mako. No stick inside, but pushes forward. Melzer set up for it as well. It's a fault line onto the corner alongside the dart. No one breaks it. It reveals up onto two players. Jump spot, damage through the wall. Mako's still alive though. Now able to at least take up that space out towards A lobby and A long. Kesnet's gone for the pre-fire play, almost catching it right through the smoke.
This is how DRX had so much value against Gen.
He's in a position to evacuate. Right by his side, he's going to be catching that first contact. The smoke's up and away, blind in his face as well, and he wants to get the hell out of there. They're giving up the site entirely. Kill collected down to Bane. That was just up through mid. Now the only at least silver lining potentially is that they might be able to get this plant down. Still, it's tapping away. It's forced out the Hunter's Fury, and they do have that rolling thunder in their back pocket. DRX desperate to get this plant down. Still with that player disadvantage. Here it is, sent flying. Might be used into a response, so it's just a 1-for-1, and Foxy9 does take down Shy. Still holding on to the site. Wall up and over to the top. The retake is going to be difficult. Again, Kesnet just blindly firing away and through with that op in his hands. He's hoping for an easy kill. Buzz dominating the smoke, but does not win out his fight. And up through heaven, and all has to be contained. Flashback of Mako, and down and out. Increase is ridiculous here. Mako with another ult, this time up and towards heaven, but he's not going to be punished for it. Paranoia sweeps through. Smoke up into heaven for him to play around. He's waiting for the rest of his team to get in, and he leaps into the fray, trying to take the fight with a cloudburst in play, but already Kesnet is dropping them all like flies. DRX will have to answer back once more. This is ridiculous, man.
Teammate right there.
Only 2 rounds left in this first half, and it feels like we've just barely begun.
Yeah, the pace is incredible.
It's ridiculous. There's been no slowing down. DRX just getting sucked up into that whirlwind tempo. Kru happy to oblige into it. This time they are giving up most of this site, but they're setting themselves up as a paranoia, and the fault line out through into the back again. And already this util is just a little bit too late and delayed. Foxy9 presses the advantage through the smoke, but a spike drop down now, and everybody
sucked up into the pace of Kru. They're getting dragged into it.
Oh my, what a shot.
And plucked away.
That's Kesnet pre-fires onto the corner, and that's a Hunter's Fury gone for DRX. They were hoping they could potentially get a pick onto the C side.
The ops are everywhere.
Set up. They're in the walls, man!
Well, that's the advantage of having a blooming economy.
You just don't expect it, but this is them trying to make a good go of it. DRX in through, into the B sides, rifles into their hands, back up where everyone readers know.
Those top 3 finishes, they'd love to get some kind of turnaround here early on.
Bane's going to catch the contact of these players out through A lobby. Buzz, an attempt to flank and play himself into the angle, but Kesnet's not slowing down, and there's no util to help out. Bane is just isolated alone on an island. There's no helping him out with the same pace that Kru was showcasing. Even the flank timing of Buzz as well. It's going to come to no avail, but he does earn himself at least 1 kill, but can't land the second shot. Shy surviving, paranoia offloaded and flashed into his face, but flashback, again he's pushed forwards. Away from the rest of his team, disconnected, and it leaves it just down to 2. Mako, it's a nice shot into the 2v2, damage done to either side. Anyone's game, it comes down to these angles and timings, the 1v1. Melzer versus Foxy9. Can hear the footsteps running around, but
They're like, let's get rid of DRX real quick. Just a blip in the road.
This is unreal.
They have forced here, DRX. They've got to.
And you have to.
They're 11-2 down. But can they?
Mid-trip, garage trip still active, but DRX haven't moved bodies away from those areas.
And it looks like Kru might have found an open C site. I wonder how much they're going to contact up. One of the biggest things in the current meta is noticing these retake setups and contacting into them, not using too many ults or pieces of util. That was fairly light. They've still got some decent post-plant util to use here.
I'm going for the plant now. DRX looking to regroup now and take this one, potentially again. Fast at their disposal. It's going to be that paranoia again to try and pave the way, but already just being chewed up straight through the choke points. I mean, Flashback makes a decent go of things as well, but they just can't get past anything right now. Kru, an absolute chokehold onto the C site, and this is them inevitability that they're going to be
They are rebuilding. They've got rookie players on the team. 3 of them. Foxy9, Flashback.
Fault line, util going to be used again on either side. A bit of a handshake in terms of the darts. Bane with the drone. Looking for that info. Gonna be trying to hide away. Only one player revealing themselves. Buzz onto the off angle, but he's not expecting it across their placement. It's sky high. Pre-aiming for Shaq, but he's not in the server. He's nowhere near.
Cage triggered.
I do like the idea there as well. Mako gave him a little smoke that you could barely see so that he could try to play like anti against the recon dart and unexpected in the corner. Didn't work. Kru looking to close out.
Yeah, trying to force pause into the round to at least make them stim in. A re-exploration is punished in kind. Any short plays as well dealt with, dismissed, and that is the map closed out. 13-2, Kru. Domination. It's the only way to...
I don't know what will be.
This off angle is a common one. You see a lot of Jet players on Abyss playing just to try and catch that contact early on, and he sees it, signs of life, but he can't escape. Bloody hell, suppressed by the knife, so he actually couldn't dash in and away. There's a dart's going to be used nice and early. Kru not committing past that point, just waiting it out and walking back up. But Foxy9, quick to respond, takes up that space once more, but as he swings out, he's not expecting, again, Kru to be in these spots. It's disjointed, it's individualistic at its core, and DRX, not enough for them to really win out this map. It's going to have to hit some shots, and land them they will. At least Mako, into the moment, has made it. That 2 versus 2 onto this pistol round. They need this win. They need it now. Damage done. Almost single digits to a lot of them. Mako, and a distraction necessary and enough for Flashback to just respond from the side.
Kru did a decent job of getting into position, and they read the fact that DRX wanted to go for a flood. But once they planted, that is a classic way that DRX have been playing this map. They've been trying to get massive value out of the op, and on rounds where they don't have it, they'll set up some kind of like flash and dash play, aggressive out of B or aggressive through mid. So watch out for those at the start of rounds. Watch out for Kesnit!
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, if you're not awake after that, you will be. This guy is ridiculous, Kesnit. He's playing the Omen as well. I mean, a lot to make out from this Kru comp.
So he has actually played Omen once before, weirdly. You don't ask me when. I've no idea. I was just looking at the stats and, all right, okay, apparently he's played it once. So, very experienced.
The minimap from DRX, they're worried in case there are those lurking players. And the Harbor Wall, Melzer holding it down at least. He will be able to separate out most of this site. Foxy9 wants to play close now, avoiding letting them even getting into the side here in front of the Cove. It's very heads up, but he's going to be overwhelmed anyway. Outlaw into the hands, flashback into the secondary, but not able to land the share of shots. Still, Mako is here, waiting to receive. They're all going down to the classic right clicks. It's a disaster right now.
With classics in hand. It's just, it's a fine decision on a rifle round, bad decision on an anti-eco, I think. MTA's already got null command online, but it's Heat's ability to get out of here unscathed.
Yeah.
That might be more important, because he's just donated a Vandal over. They're looking to recover this.
Kesnit, he's just going for it, man. He's not shying away from the fight. Does he realize that one player slipped past him, though, and including that rifle, picked up, at least the guns, but flashback off to the side. And as well, we'll just put one straight to the dome, but lots can. DRX are watching it with a crossfire said, but it weakens a lot of the other extremities as a result. Asks a lot of them.
Buzz can shore up the B extremity, so it's only really A that you're worried about. But once things go perfect calling from Melzer.
Exactly, and Kesnit's still inserted as well, which means Foxy9 has to have his eyes directed into a different location. Mako is the sole recipient of all of this aggression. The smoke is layered down nice and early and sprays it away and will play for his life. But the door's going to be broken. Still trying to take this fight offset with the movement. It's nice by Flashback. He does answer straight back into it. Drone. It's going to be used, pressing forwards. Melzer's alone though, an isolated rezzed up adjustment, transferring with the rifles, and now no time. Not available here for Kru. They will be dropping and fall.
DRX have been playing a ton of Abyss.
Yeah.
If you wanted to look at any team in the world, I think DRX, I don't have the numbers to hand, but I think DRX have played it the most. It feels like they opt into it a lot. They've been picking it tons in Pacific. A lot like this position from Buzz. I'm surprised he's still here, to be honest.
Yeah, but there's a blind spot in the cam too, so he's available to be perched up here. Anybody to break the drone? No, it's him himself who has to commit to this, and a lot of Util's going to be sent flying forwards. Kru not backing away from this fight. In fact, they want to be the ones to draw that blood up and the bound. At least quick scoping. Buzz is able to find the one, and there's no return of that fire. No trade in sight, still alive and kicking. And finally, the reinforcements flooding back in and around, but the bullets running out. Buzz, how the hell are you still alive here? Dash back online, Shorty in his hands. Foxy9 finally there with him. Over the shoulder, leaving it just down to Shy. Bullet straight. TPing all over the place here, but calling for that pause and a different angle for Buzz, but still the same value. This guy has got that consistency when you put that up into his hands. And considering the dart just to get that info, but he spotted one player before the smoke was up, so he knows that there's at least some presence into this mid angle. Again, they've called for that reinforcement. Left. Buzz, though, smoked off now. In through the wall, he's going to hear these footsteps right past him. Will tilt away. And there aren't really enough discipline in terms of the way the Kru are playing this one, but potentially able to barrel their way through regardless with that brute force. It is chaos. The spike is just isolated, picked up by Kesner. TP's back and away again. Anchoring players, not expecting it. Still comes up with it. A nasty adjustment.
Termi was worried about the firepower diff, but I think with the performances we've seen in these last few rounds from the DRX players, not something to be concerned about. Good against an Opper, but Buzz dodged it last time.
Yeah, drone's going to be used at least to, again, circumvent that position, but Flashback is caught by the knife here. And as well, that golden beam of light up and over. Flashback is forced to make that play. Pushing forwards is traded. Hunter's Fury used to try and help them out. Buzz as well, he tried to get back into the action. He's dropped as a result of it. Now the plant position isn't the best here. Playing to the side of Cliff. These are Kru do have to commit a lot of bodies to try and hold on to side control. That does leave an opening for DRX. They've saved some util. It's in their back pocket. The dart and a paranoia. MTA in the off angle. Needs to be that trade. Shy. He joins up, links it all the way through. Bane spotted up onto that guy, taking that first one. Knows there's a player tucked. Again, the off angle will not save you, but again, time is of the essence, and it's starting to tick away out of the grasp of Bane. Win cons diminishing, and with, yeah, I mean, that's gone with a circle.
Oh, they're doing the flash and dash play.
Flash and dash play to try and fight for that control early on into the cloudburst, but the dart doesn't reveal too much, and Buzz, yeah, I mean, he handed over towards that weaponry. Players have dropped, though. That was Mako committing an ult into spawn at the same time. And he's going to be paying the price for that. So the slow...
Worried about the null command that MTA's just popped. You don't want to allow Kru to get into position and just exec on you with this ult. So they try to disrupt the game plan. Fortunately, doesn't quite work for them. Can they recover here?
Yeah, they're right back into it. Flashback, though, backs away, just only with the one kill. He wants to play for his life, and he knows it. At least with the teammates who are arriving, but not expecting that Melter's already crept up onto that deeper angle. Shy, finally with the plan, there's no chance in hell MTA is getting a res online, so he's going to be dropped just post-mortem. Bane, high ground, angle, reset, at least enough to get the two, and Flashback dropped down into that one. From the angle, you'd love to be back up on top of him. But...
And Kru walk away from Buzz.
Yeah.
Ah, the player with the op who's been ruining our chances of getting into sight. So I think we'll go the other way, actually.
It could be false confidence for DRX. They do have the crossfire. Mako, paranoia. They know he's isolated onto that corner, spamming away into the one-way. MTA, he can't respond and he can't back his teammate up. They are trying to fight this one. Pound for pound. Mako, he's just swinging into this one with really barely any util. Left 4 and Buzz happy to oblige and take part into the action and fight. And up through mid as well. Everyone dealt with, everyone accounted for. Flawless. That back foot. A lot of players tagged, at least the 2 as well. Kru still just trying to brute force their way past this one into the one-way, but rivals in hands. DRX will hold this one. You're not going to be favored there. There's no util to set up DRX into any sort of advantage. Or at least Kru, I should say.
I think that's a spot where Kru should probably be investing smokes. Seems weird to smoke off your own avenue, but just to take a little bit of control. That's a headshot. Knocks Bane down weak. Could there still be danger in the 3v5?
Yeah, you don't want to let this one slip, do you? But seems like they're grabbing necessary kills across the map. Not sure how that one came about here, but Cove makes it difficult. Flashback's already way ahead of it in a distraction play. Bane capitalizes. This is a much better beginning, as we already mentioned in that prior round for DRX on this map here. It's flawless.
Careful.
It's a battle towards this main angle. No one dealt with the dart.
What a play from DRX!
TP up.
That is absolutely lovely. Reminiscent of what teams will sometimes do in that Ascent A main play. DRX have taken all of the sting out of this round. The Reckoning down instantly. The teleport up recon so that you can get kills through your smoke. Yeah, Buzz full.
They kill, back away.
Wow, my eyes are down.
Never overextending their hands here. Flashbacks gets that acknowledgement. Cage are going to be put back up here. Shock darts removing most of the trips. Knife for a knife, darting through the back as well. Needs to be broken here. Kru starting to walk their way back up, but again, all the noise is being made, and DRX should know this one. Adjustment, flashback, he was blind as a bat, yet still manages to come up with the one before the trade online. Kesnit, it's just an ult to try and pick up the spike. It was out into the middle of nowhere. A tap with 22 seconds left, but you've got to start to commit into this, and again, ice cold by DRX. Happy to slow it down, and now the full commit by Kesnit. Paranoia makes his way across, leaves it just down to the one. Kesnit backs himself away. He's hoping that he'll be able to get that easy fight. Singular in action. Does isolate just the one onto Foxy9, but it's still a 1v2 to overcome. Smoke up into the one way, but one for their own here. Jumping around. A tap. There's the danger zone. Kesnit in potentially a bit of trouble. The dart pushes him back and away in, and up for Bane to just get that half. Sticking and grabs it.
Feels more like a read that DRX would be heading in this direction on the pistol. It leaves B extremely weak. And what we saw from Kru was success with flood retaking. You can't flood defend if you're not close to the site that's being hit. This map is enormous. If DRX went for a B exec right now, Kru would still be migrating.
Yeah.
The Great Western Push.
It is. It's massive. Rotation timings are a big problem for a lot of teams. There's a kill trip that's laid down, even though there's a heaven smoke, but by walking all the way up, DRX able to navigate it easily enough. Going for the plant down. It's a good plant spot too. Committed into the boxes. It's very strong into the post plant. You can allow most of DRX now to retreat into the main angle.
Kru are trying to retake here with no flashes.
And they're just trying to make a go of it. They've already made their way in through the side. And watching that one, flashback gets taken care of. In through mids, and a peek by Foxy9 is not set up at all. Buzz trying to at least even out the odds of the fight to be taken. Again, doesn't adjust in time up through that heaven spot. And now Melzer sticking at the fuse, spamming into the angle, but a Cove defending against most of these bullets. Half is earned. Another smoke. Blooms and blossoms. Kesnit with the kill, and adjustment again. Flick of the wrist, tapping away with the guns, and it has to be reclaiming it. Bane back it up and running into it. Oh my!
Really heavy emphasis over towards A. 4 players beginning on that side of the map. Feels like VOD prep to me.
Yeah. Potentially just praying for an early skirmish as well when they're on the eco.
Alternatively, they might be very confident in their B retakes from scrims and less confident on A, but that would be a weird way to play the map.
Yeah.
You've just prime delivered them a Bulldog.
Yes. And it's not ideal despite that. I mean, DRX, they have an open site, still planting for Cliff. I'm going for something held. We'll see if there's any danger very soon here for Kru. Drone used, time already running short here, but that Bulldog finding value. It's up to these site anchoring players. Mako trying to reposition up and around, and again, Kesnit a tap onto it. No way, you can't let this. You squandered an opportunity, not.
The rifle rounds might be very worrying here.
Kesnit is not one to back away from a fight and a challenge. He's trying to get that back up again by MTA, overextending and overcommitting.
He pulled his knife out like he was the most confident player in the world. There was only 3 there. Could not be more surprised to see extra players. It was like, what, I haven't aced already?
He's damaged up, worse for wear, but still surviving here. Drone spotting the last 2. See if it bites them, handing over to Guardian. Flashback's already dropped though, so very little chances of this now as well. Foxy9 will be shortly.
Now we have to stop them from defusing.
And yeah, just looks like a lot of exec util. Everything being combined. Concatenated, Shido. Just takes a bullet to the side there. Thought he was safe, at least in 2 to at least get past the initial trip. Drone in and through, spotted. Buzz out, tagged up, pushing them back and away. There's still no 2 of these players here, but that's being heard by Flashback, and he deals with the flank. Pesky problem with Kesnit, dealt with now. Flash in through the back as well, and bullets to follow through off the back of it. Hunter's Fury forced to be used here, but a knife is going to be cancelling that one out, so no, oh no, just out of range. I stand corrected, and a tap of the spike will force them out wide. MTA now got to do the most, but with the rifle in his hand, just not enough to get over that barrier. Still heat, adjustment, snappy, tapping away, can't quite get it, the easy kill! Time was never on his side.
It's the first round where we've really seen it. Is it too little, too late?
There's bullets flying past, melts it. It's his teammates trying to make it feel like there is still obviously presence to the top of the site. There's nobody that's lurked up. Trust me, guys, Mel's is not pushed up in this spot. Difficult one. Ult committed. That's an interesting one, yeah. I mean, Maka's right through this, and the timing taken right past them here. And this is going to be a squeeze and a pinch into these A anchoring players. MTA dropped straight to the floor here. Hunter's Fury being used to again push them back. Heat will be able to get at least some value from that with Mako falling. Flashback holding off angle. Claims to kill onto Melza. And DRX to kill feed that is filled up with red, at least for now. Kesnit traded. And so all the options that at least were present, available, moved shortly after here for Kru. Not able to hold their ground onto that one.
And brutal. I mean, look at the webcam for Heat.
Yeah.
It looks like he's had a tech issue again. That is a brutal one. A tilter, too, because damage already done in the round. Listen, I don't work for Compops, but the rules, as I understand them, are that you're not going to replay a round like this.
Not if there's been damage done.
He was also in a 1v3.
It's being pushed.
Flashback's going to miss that.
Yeah. Backing around. It's a real awkward one. Jump spots abound. Up through the ropes. There it is. Flashback strikes. And with Shy down, so goes the setup over towards B. So no command not even necessary. And he's really just done enough. It's 2 removed. Heat. He was running his wee little legs there as fast as humanly possible. But at this point, it's weakening out the defenders. Player spotted out over towards the A side. There is time still available, and with all this space gained and pushed up, vacuumed up here. Flashback even with that third. It's cracked open a side and essentially won them the map with that.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't curtains already for Kru, that lurk play and those kills have certainly driven the dagger into the heart.
Yeah.
Kesnit and MTA looking to pick up the pieces. Ooh. And it's a 4K, possibly on for the ace here as well. Can MTA shut it down, or are DRX going to be thrown into bind?
MTA survives, flashbacks on 5L, running his way around. No ace today. But it is inevitable. He's behind him, he's toying with him, he's walking up right behind him. Oh no, 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 it's like a horror movie! But 13-6 for the finish. Map 3 bind, ready and wait. Bane hears all the noise, including the stimmy. Doesn't choose to use the C's nice and early here. It's a big tool to try and delay this one as well. He actually gets it a little bit too early, but there are, Crunch online now. Triggering that play, it's a nade into the corner, and Shy isolated, pushed back, TPs on TPs. Kru want nothing to do with it. But the molly is running around the world.
They're not going to know exactly where people like Flashback are. And they're not going to know that it's a 4-player stack, but Kru are much more grouped up.
Walking around here, just onto the corner, expecting that re-clear, but crouched up, the bullet's just not quite landing. Only the one for Flashback. Melza, sitting nice and pretty, still with that shower's control. Buzz, it's a level of awareness there for him.
And this is good. This is a nice read here from Melza. When Flashback dies, you're expecting Kru to accelerate into B. That's where the defenders go.
Buzz seeing signs of life down. For a short, Foxy9 over the top there with the Dizzy as well. Forces Melza out into that fight, crouched up Heat. He removes Buzz, no longer a problem into this round, but a spike has also been dropped down. Tap from Heat, seeing if there's that second wave of things. Again, out wide and open, not enough of the movement, and time now is thoroughly against him. MTA, a lot to do in this spot, forced to at least get the kills or stick, but it's an impossibility.
I'll find you.
Haunt out through the smoke, Bane. It's broken, so there's some acknowledgement for him.
And that sends Buzz, he was playing a float position in spawn, it sends him more towards the A site.
Flashback would love any of these Kru players just to walk straight into him, but nobody's budging right now. Kru making sure that they try and play that slow siege. That's a walk up, and I think just a pre-fire into the corner as the orb was coming up, but hard to test. Again, it's disjointed, but that's partly because you see the molly's already been placed down as well, so Kru being stunned with only 15 seconds left, and this has bought time for DRX. They've got players into the spot and a position, and Kesnit just goes for the widest space in the world to clear it. Doesn't work out. Still alive onto the corners, molly at their feet. They can't step over it. They can't get access to it. Jumping around, making a mockery of the round. DRX are converting this bonus. Was them honestly losing their cool. They looked frantic.
Yeah.
I think they were getting sucked in constantly to try and take duels. DRX really going to be tested, I think, in this instance. This is a lot of players up into their face, but again, to judge and hearing it, nobody wants to step past it. Mako spam down Heat. He has answered back, finally. Onto the board there with those 2 kills. A peek from Kesnit, lucky to be alive.
They still haven't used Thrash or Showstopper. Here comes the Thrash.
Now going to be used to not even take much space, just in case it peaks most of it, but they already had control of lamps. MTA will pick it back up for another go of things. Shy still sitting. Tucked himself away into showers, one of the best chances they've had in a long time. Wait a second, Util is used, combined attempt. Kesnet, Showstopper has to use, at least to offset that one. Bane, he's sticking it, and it's not spammable for Shy into the spot. Off onto the angle again, he knows that there's a chance, and it's one out. Shy finally puts...
Often can set somebody up to take B-long control, but DRX are trying to lock that spot down.
Yeah. They have a lot of control over the map right now as well. Doubled up onto B-long and up in the hands of Buzz so he can watch this Shower's position and angle.
Both teams running their Viper Orb on B-long there, contesting for space, but it's a fake from Kru. The group up called from Melzer. He has Orbital Strike for post-plant. If they can just get this plant down, again, they should be in a nice spot. Oh,
Util here might even be choosing to use this one. No, cancels the call here. It's a Nightfall now that's going to be used by DRX. This is a respawn that catches on to absolutely everybody. And all sound cues are deafened. Kru are working partially in the dark. The tap, MTA is looking for that response out. Orbital Strike is used, but into the wrong spot. There's absolutely nobody waiting there. Dizzy around and about. It's Kru trying to fight tooth and nail over the spot into lamps, but they still don't have this plant down. There's 22 seconds left. Time escaping them. The hourglass running dry. MTA fully committing and tapping onto, finally committing into the spike, and there is that reinforcement. Side by side, Kesnet joining into the fight. Putting down any sort of position at DRX. They were fronting. Trying to take it. They do have that Shower's control still.
Snakebite to clear lamps.
It's going to be the important elements here. Buzz has already picked up one, but it's already equalized. Nade into the hands, Kesnet. Util out and away. Movement by Bane, almost enough to isolate. Still, players are dropping. Kru, another chance, and it's grasped firmly here to put that.
Pit down towards short. Heat with the ult to try to clear it, if they wanted to. Instead, Kru taking a lot of Shower's control. They might even try to backwards Nightfall here. Set up that trail and have, you know, Melzer clear flashback from short. There goes Buzz early on.
That's a beautiful shot.
I think you can still commit A here.
Time here. And already with those sound cues cut away as well, they are making their way through. That is rapid. Kesnet, he is leading the charge for his team. Flashback worried as well, still trying to maintain control and his composure. Out towards A short, buying DRX a bit of a win con as well, but the plant is down. Starting to tick away. Kesnet also with that Showstopper.
Nobody can really wrap through. Oh, I was going to say no one can wrap through short, but now flashback, Pit down. These players can try.
They're trying to bait them in here. Flashback only for the one still alive, though.
The defuse!
No way, Bane! He sticks it! Works out for Kru. Kesnet. Not push back and away here. Dizzy over the top. Inside the smoke, though. Buzz, he's hiding. Rebound with the nades. It's going to be landing and does deny that plan. There's a nade and a mosh pit all going to be used for Bane, trying to help him out. Doesn't fully commit into the fight at the front of the site. He's just about wiggling his way through. Damage is excellent, but still Melzer there with a trade. Fox9 instantly back and at it again. Kesnet, he's here. It's a three-piece for it. Nade rebounds, flashback abound. This guy, there's no safety in terms of anywhere that he can stand as that solo play, and they give it up. Kru.
In order to get rid of Ascent, Icebox, DRX's, in my opinion, two best maps. Very solid. They've got big ults in this round too, DRX.
Still a half buy though. Making sure they save money for the remainder rounds.
Crunch
Peak is there. There is a possibility to crunch.
Not yet though.
No, players are sitting there. They backing around. There's a lot of util being used by Kru. Here it is, time to strike. It's being held by Kru. Watched onto that one, but it doesn't matter if he's holding it. He's not ready for this. Foxy9, he's straight back at them. Drops two, and Mako's right there too, alongside it, just watching that A short avenue. Heat. Alongside MTA, last two alive for Kru. They were not expecting that one. Going to be the nuisance player now. Wingman's out through and a wide, and the Dizzy can't really see absolutely anything here, but it leaves it again just down to Heat. It's a 1v3, 25 seconds. Spikes drop down. Discipline played by DRX. This is tempered. They back away immediately. They don't want to give up any easy fights with how low Bane and Flashback are. Buying time. You hear the plan. It's committed inside. Heat.
Spike planted.
Hell of a job ahead of him. Gonna isolate these fights. Orbital strike. Does not catch it. Haunt is dealt with. One bullet will drop it. Has to reposition. He's worried about every single angle. Flashback was ready. Aim trained on it. Yeah, and money's back up. There's a thrash on either side. Has been earned up. Again, just walking up through the A short angle. There's a lot of pressure though with this util. But it's flying forward, straight past this one. Foxy9. False confidence, maybe. He's peeked out. Almost getting the collapse melter. Again, he was trained onto that spot and position. So they do hand over the gun. It was trained or traded back over. So and Melzer still has control of lamps this entire time. It gives options for Kru if they do choose to make their way back over.
I mean, kind of, but he doesn't know that lamps itself is clear. He hasn't felt confident enough to pick up the weapon yet. Only now is Melzer full clearing lamps, and the fight is happening showers.
Yeah, Bane. Danger. But again, safely navigated with Shy going to be dropped. No longer has to worry about that backstab potential. Here's a Nightfall going to be utilized. Forced to swing out from Melzer. It's not going to be long for that world. Stopper in the back pocket of Buzz is going to be able to use this one for any sort of win cons here. Round 11, but honestly, again, that patience and discipline on display here by DRX. Not willing to overextend or overinvest. Flashback with the wrap around Adius up. He deals with it. 8 to tiptoeing their way around most of this one here. They're going to go for a bit of a B split. Most of their players out and through this. The tried strategy. They do this one quite a lot. Up and through, and Shy just didn't know which way to look. The flood attempt met and shut down Heat. He was caught between a rock and a hard place there. There's no chance of him being able to escape. Spike dropped down, a bit of time earned. Buzz layers down that nade just to give him the safety net to be able to get that plant down.
Now into a solid post. Yes, they don't have any util. 3 versus 2. Buzz does not have a teammate to play off.
No, he's very much alone here. If he goes down, there's chances here for Kru. Doubled up. This is what they do best. Trying to take these fights, but again, just tapping away with the damage done. The game IQ just winning that one out for Buzz. It's 3 in a round for him before he's eventually dropped. Kesnit has to do so much here. Tap. And just walking, trying to bait out that peak, not giving anything whatsoever, tapping away. It's no easy fight. Nades re-earned, but expecting that re-flank, and right from behind it
goes from strength to strength.
Really no stopping it. I don't want to slow down here. Showstopper that was earned prior there. Buzz has already got it, and he's going to be using it to pave the way. Set the pace once more. Squeezing through any available players, but Showers is completely vacant. I think you can just pre-fire this one into the corner, but Fuse runs out. Still, the plant is down, and that's the important element. Wondering which way to play this one as well. Just cycling through the weapons as a seize and a nade. Buzz tucked to the corner, still safe and still firing away. Shots fired. Out and through. That's a Showers player dealt with here for Kru. Onto this retake. They deal with Buzz too. There's that danger, but now he's going to be active. Into the fight now. What's the next layer to all of this one? Has to watch it all down. MTA at least the tap onto the defuse, and DRX at least forced wide into the open. Plenty of... They navigate it well.
DRX love inserting Buzz over towards B long and then pressuring short. This is a classic strategy of theirs. And Buzz can either become the backstab lurker or go through the teleport. This time, just choosing to reconnect with the rest of the team.
That's a timer taken by Shy, my God. Just expecting some sort of presence there.
All off the Viper wall.
Yeah. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Injection of fire there for Kru. Potentially even hearing those footsteps, but with the spike drop down, there's no
Long by the look of things. Get a showstopper online early.
Shy's going to be challenged and tested. He's right in front of most of this one. Snakebite at the feet. A lot to overcome there, even if it is against the pistols. And Melzer tasked with just trying to hold on to control of Showers. Succeeds at that at least, forcing the rotations of Kru. Tap for Foxy9.
Hoping to bait that ult out.
And now they're going to be TP, and they've given up the entirety of the B site.
Can they bait out the showstopper as well?
Could be a victory here for DRX, even if they don't get this plant down. If they manage to pull these ults out of them, Wingman planting. Kesnit to nade, rebounds across and away. Not enough damage, I don't think, to break this one. Mosh pit into the corner. Pound for pound there. Tuck to what I don't want to use it. Here's the ult. Showstopper forwards. MTA taking care of Bane, and Rocket not really that necessary here with the rifles. Foxy9 making a decent go. Gotta respect it.
But even more than Foxy9's kills towards the end, it's the fact they dragged out Melzer and Kesnit's.
This is squeezing the players out and through here, so Has to be that evacuation again from these Kru players. Out through the back, Kesnick, got to respect that one. It was a haunt up and over the top here with the Nightfall now. Sound cues up and away. Bit of spam, stray bullets. Gliding past one another, barely giving haircuts, but no casualties, not just yet. Plant is down now for DRX. Important element now into the post. Mosh going to be laid down in a deep, committed site control and the hold for them. It's an orb in their face. The Thrash round 2. Sent flying out through elbow. Nobody's sticking to try and at least break that. And everybody's detained because they can't defend. Players topple, bodies fall, and DRX inevitable to get that 12. Just shy remaining, one to stand. As I said, inevitable.
It's why they weren't as good on Bind when it came to these global events. But learning from some of the EMEA teams, to be honest, in terms of the style, now approaching these early rounds much more slowly, cautiously. Flashback's got to lurk over towards Showers. Looks dangerous over there, though.
Really dangerous. I mean, either Flashback catches the contact here onto one of these players. It is returned with a fire, but as a showstopper right onto the other side of the map. In through B, and Buzz has gained a lot of ground from it. Just the threat of it, that is egregious by Heat. Thinking he can take that timing back and away, and the Thrash is just dealt with. Broken down, Kesnick can't take the timing. This is it, the impetus. DRX know exactly when to strike where it hurts with an orbital strike earned up as well. There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide now. MTA is going to be pushed back from this corner. If any of these players contacts the Thrash up and around, detainment onto Buzz, that will be the kill. And the angle just not afforded to at least answer back, but finally doubles up, and Shy has to do it all. So much to overcome, not quite possible. DRX